We're catching up with Louisa in the studio today. She's working on a mosaic.
Yep, a springtime.
So, explain to us what you're doing.
Right now I'm adhering glass with glass glue, which will dry clear. So I'm attaching glass to glass, so stained glass to regular glass.
Okay.
And you have what do you call that stuff? Not grout, reglazed. You've reglazed all these windows and got them ship shape. So that this looks beautiful. I'm not going
I
to
also
change this.
scraped all the lead paint off and then
Right.
sealed it with a clear so
coat.
that people don't have to worry about lead
Right.
paint.
This can't hang outside though. It's strictly an indoor piece. But my inspiration for this was just spring. Just like, especially this year, spring is,
So, you have a wrist brace on. What's going on with your wrist?
Oh. I fell off of a cabinet. So I fell and I hurt my wrist. And that was like 2 years ago. So now I get tendonitis if I'm working too hard. So I wear this brace. Do you want to know about my process?
I do. That was going to be my next question.
Okay, so the first thing I do, I remember when you and I first met, you tried to sort out all my glass. And I was by color, and I was like, no, I can't think like that. So my process is, I start off with this as my color palette, and I pick from it what I want. And so I wanted spring, so what to me means spring was daffodils and all those little things that come out early. So I picked through all this glass. These are leftover glass from my friend Lynn, who does really big things. She lets me take her glass, which is wonderful. She's a wonderful lady. And let's see. What I do is I get the color palette. That's number one. Number two is then as I start putting the pieces down, I put these in first on each window.
Those big round
Yep.
bobble things?
Yep. And then I start with the color. So I probably did this first and then this. And then said, okay, I put one piece here. Okay, move over to the next one. And make sure that there's some sort of balance there. I put another one there, another one there, another one there. So I go, if I put 3 in here, I go 3 into each. Yeah, you have to cut that out.
Okay.
Can I keep going?
Yes.
So what I do is I start out with the color palette, but then I put each of these glass pieces in there, in the middle of the pane, just to give me some direction. And then as I put the pieces down, I try to remember that the colors have to blend.
But you don't always put this piece in the middle.
No, I don't.
Like I've seen you put them.
Yeah. I
in
put
the
them all over
corners.
too. Like in this one, there's one up here, but I have a center.
So it just depends on like what you're feeling is that day.
Yeah, most of the time. On a window like this, I usually put boom right in the middle. But anyway, the color palette was spring because of the daffodils and whatnot. So I got the color scheme, but then as I start a piece, I have to make sure that the color is balanced in each window. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, if I put a bright piece of yellow down here, then that means I got to put one in here, etc. I have to make sure
So it's kind of
each color is, yes, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Sometimes those words just don't come to me. Okay. So, because I did bright yellow right there, now I'm going to move on to the next piece. That's bright yellow, so now I'm going to represent that here somewhere. Ooh, I think that's good.
So how long does it take you to do a piece of this size?
Well, it all depends because the first thing is I'm picking the color palette. That took me a whole day yesterday. Remember, Brenda?
Yep.
I was like, oh, at least I got my palette sorted out. So I was happy about that because I knew that I could, once you get the color palette and some of the pieces of glass need to be recut because they're too big. I can't find a piece right now that's really big, but this
This
one.
one right here. That's really
Yeah,
big.
exactly, right? So I need to cut that up. So some of those need to be cut. Some of them are just naturally there. They're just beautiful. Anyway, so I did bright yellow in here, so now I'm going to do bright yellow in here. So as I go around, I'm going to make sure that the color balance is on.
So, what kind of glue are you using?
It's
Is it a
called,
special glue?
yeah, it's a glass adhesive called Weld Bond. But this has taken me years to perfect. Like, I've been doing this since I had my shop. I first started when I had my shop, and so that's 2006. So we're what? So we're 14 years now. It's taken me to perfect the perfect ratio of Weld Bond to a little bit of water to loosen it up, not make
So
it
you thin the glue
I
out.
thin it. Yeah, that was your suggestion. You said to me, I asked you, what should I do? It takes so long to dry clear. Because it does. It takes like 2 weeks for this to dry clear. And you suggested, why don't you thin it out with water? And I was like, oh, brilliant. And I did that, and there you go.
So what? Okay, oh, what's all this stuff in here?
Yeah, these are just things that I picked from. So yeah, remember when I
colored
said
bottles.
when you tried to sort out all my stuff when we first got to know each other by color, I was like,
Right.
no, don't do it that way. That's not how I can.
Well,
I
because
can't- I can't get a palette. That
I'm
way.
anal and I have to
Right.
have everything
Oh yeah,
organized.
you should show them my side versus your side.
This is this great bench that we got from a friend of ours, and then I repurposed it and hung all of my tools on it. So this side is kind of the wood shop area. And then I have, you can see I have all my screws neatly organized and labeled as to what they are. So you can see what they are. I have all my Craig stuff hung so I can see what they are. And then this is my messy spot, my paint. It's kind of just all thrown in there. And then we go over here into my resin room. And I currently have a couple of projects that I'm working on in here. This table I'm doing. And I have to carefully walk around this because that is wet. I just poured that. But then I have some charcuterie boards that I've put the final coat of oil on. This is the drawer for that table that I'm working on. This is going to become a Lazy Susan. It needs to be planed on both sides and then coated. And then under that is another Lazy Susan that I'm working on. But organization, here we go. This is where I have all of my stuff organized. So you can see I have some pigment pastes that are in little jars. These won't fit in my drawers. And then I have a drawer for pigment paste like that. Then I have all my glitters all in individual baggies. And up here I have alcohol inks and regular inks. And then I have 2 drawers of mica powders. So there's some mica powder there. And more mica powders. And these are in little canisters instead of baggies. Then I have all my spray paints. Tried to color coordinate them. And then I have, these are alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, with mica powders mixed in them, and that's what I spray on top of the epoxy to make certain effects. So these are all different colors. And then I have some shellacs and stuff down there. And up here I have some mixing cups, some paper towels and rags. Then this is all kind of fun stuff. These are shells and rocks that I've gathered that someday I will embed in some epoxy. This is a awesome bag of buttons that Sue Eagle gave me. Then I have all of these tops that came from alcohol bottles that I'm going to epoxy the tops and either sell them as tops or they could become, I might make them into magnets. Then I've got some other things, projects that I started that need to be finished. Then I have my polishers and polishing compounds and my resin. And then over here, this is the table that I normally resin projects on. And then underneath I have more bins with stuff. And that table has another shelf under it, which I have my Osmo oils and my heat guns. So this is my room. Now let's go see Louisa. So these are the cabinets that I built for Louisa, and this is how she keeps them.
No, this is how she keeps them.
Just everything is kind of
That sounded so punitive.
thrown in. I could never find anything in here. I don't know how she does it.
I agree. I need to pull them out and redo it. I agree with you on that.
And then she has this whole table that I'm not quite sure what's going on here either.
Which table? What table?
There's like everything there.
Oh, on here? Oh yeah, I use that.
But then, hang on, let's get around here.
Well, I work in.
This is her jewelry table, her jewelry bench.
This is the jewelry bench. This is the sacred
So,
spot. Nobody said.
I don't know how she works here.
Oh, to me that's beautiful. I know Sue Eagle will get it.
I wouldn't be able to find anything.
You and Thea are two peas in a pod.
I wouldn't be able to find anything on this
No,
bench.
'cause Thea would be like, you need to put your as soon as you're done with something, you put it away.
Right,
You're done
things
with
have
something,
to
you
go
put it
back
away.
in their place,
Yeah, no,
not
that's
just
like,
all
no, I
dumped.
know I'm going to need that again in 5 minutes, so I'm going to leave it there. And then
And
it stays there.
here's the other cabinet I built her.
Another mess. I know they're beautiful cabinets. I love them.
But this was supposed to be her glass cabinet.
Well, it is. This is
Yeah.
where I keep everything for stained glass work. So there you go. I just, this is how I work.
And then she has another table over here where she does glass
Stained glass.
grinding. And then, what is this
Stained glass
called over
soldering.
here? Soldering.
Yep.
Stained glass soldering.
And then the next, the next soldering station
And then the next
is
soldering station is for what?
that's where I do the sterling soldering.
So jewelry.
Jewelry soldering.
Soldering jewelry here. And then this is Louisa's desk. And our filing cabinet.
Beautiful scenery.
And there's my
I
desk.
love my office. Cozy.
And this is our storage and shipping area. So these shelves are full of product that we've made that we're gathering to be able to do fairs and stuff that's for sale on our website. So Louisa has a bucket full of mosaic windows. She has
Which are available for Mother's Day. Curbside pickup.
Christmas ornaments. This beautiful stool that she made. I believe that there are night lights in that box. I have a bunch of resin art paintings and some Lazy Susans and a bunch of coasters and trivets and
Check out
a bunch of charcuterie boards.
Artistfusion.com. Artist with an S at the end. Artistfusion.com.
And then this is all our packing supplies for when we ship stuff. And then, oh, here's some more of Louisa's beautiful mosaics that she did. These are all for sale. And this is a piece that we're on the fence on. We're still kind of working on it, but maybe it might be done. This is supposed to be mounted on a wall. And it's a piece of sculpture, so it really looks like a pod of whales swimming together.
Or waves. I see waves.
Some people see waves. I see it as whales. Whales or dolphins. Probably whales. So, that's your tour of our studio. Let's just go back and see how Louise is coming along on this.
Coming along well. Good. Well. Good.
All right, so check us out, artistsfusion.com, or you'll see us on Facebook, Artist Fusion. We're on Instagram as Artist Fusion, and we're on YouTube, but we don't have enough subscribers yet to have a custom URL on YouTube, so
help us out.
Help us out. Go to our website, and there's a link to our YouTube. So that's it for now.
We're thinking of doing a sale for Mother's Day, so tune in.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.